Good morning, happy Friday, and welcome back to the NOFO Live podcast, where I, Sunita, along with my co-host Tracy, we hop on every Friday and talk about everything North Fork. It is windy, cold, winter on the North Fork. Like I mentioned last week, there were some glimmers of spring. So cold and windy and winter-like, hence the cheery outfit. I felt like I just needed to cheer myself up. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, but I concur. Yesterday was wonderful weather-wise, and then I went to go put Tilly out in the babysitter's car to go to school, and I was like, "What is happening?"
It is so, like, I woke up this morning and I'm looking at the waves, and they are like,
Oh, they
did you
must be.
did you watch that movie with like George Clooney with the Perfect Storm,
Oh,
where
yeah.
the waves would just come? I mean, it wasn't as bad, but that's what I woke up thinking. I'm like, oh my God, those waves coming. I guess nobody's in a boat. The season hasn't started. But last week there were a couple of days where we started to feel like,
Yeah,
okay, we may be coming out of this. But that bloody groundhog,
I
probably
know.
it's
I didn't
probably
even wear a coat yesterday. Yesterday I was just walking around in
it was
my sweater.
unexpectedly warm. Like I went for a short walk too, and my husband kept saying to me, "Oh, it's not bad outside." I was like, "Really?" And I stepped outside and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so I guess we just have to hang in there a little bit longer. How are you? We're excited for today's show, especially I thought maybe Tilly will be
Oh,
part of it.
oh, I know. I wish she could, but she's at school. I know. I was actually thinking about the Southhold Mothers Club and how integral they were when I first had Tilly. And they brought me all the meals, and that was like so amazing.
Oh my God, I didn't know they did that. That was
Yeah, yeah,
so
we should talk about that. Good
wonderful.
morning. Good morning. How
Good
are
morning,
you?
Zoila. I keep trying to accept the Southhold Mothers Club request, but it's not taking it. I don't know why.
Can we have four? Or you can, right? You should be able to
Yes,
have
you
four.
can
Yeah,
have four.
you
Yeah,
should
but
have another person.
sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes Instagram based on the update you're using. So Erin, may I suggest either update your app and then try to rejoin, or turn off your phone completely, like power it off and then repower it on and turn on and join again, because it says right now you're not able to join. So I don't know it's happened before, but I don't know what the cause is. But you're here, Zoila, so
Can I talk
welcome.
Okay, so
about your earrings?
I
Are
wore
those
these
Ritz
special earrings.
crackers?
Yeah. No, they're
Oh,
saltines.
yes, yes, saltine.
And they have green in them too, so you're celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
They're like yeah. I was like, I want to do something fun because underneath is my workout clothes because I got a jet after this workout class. So I was like, what can I bring in to like have give a little extra fun?
Well,
That
spoken like a
sounds
true mom in all of that sentence.
Absolutely. Yeah, all the things.
Yes.
well.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
there you go.
Yay!
Good morning, Erin.
Good
Welcome.
morning.
How are you guys
So,
doing?
what worked? Did it just work, or did you do something?
It's one of these things where my settings were wrong and it
Oh,
didn't have access to the microphone.
Yeah,
Just technology.
all the things.
all the things. Yeah, we just like to keep track because it happens infrequently to guests, but it does happen where they can't join. And in fact, it happened to Tracy once, which was the
Yeah.
weirdest thing. You were on for a little bit and then you were gone. Anyway, I am super excited to chat with all you ladies. I know I share often that I'm so much older and I'm out of the little kid rearing phase into the empty nesting phase, but I have such fond memories of of raising the three boys. So let's dive in and tell us each who you are and how you're connected to the Mothers Club.
Yeah, sure. Zoila, go.
Oh, I was going to tell you to go. Okay. Hi. So my name is Zoila Darton. I am on the board of the Mothers Club. We kind of all do all the things together. We're a very collaborative board, but my official job is to help with member engagement and our events. But we all do all the things. It's such a great board. I love you guys. and I live in Laurel, and I'm actually originally from New York City, but I have been spending time on the South Fork since, I mean, my husband and me got together when we were 22 and I'm 40. And my mother-in-law lives out there. His grandparents used to live in Remsenburg, so I'm not like necessarily that much of I'm a transplant, but like not
Yeah.
at the same time,
Yes.
because I've been coming out here for so long. But we moved into our home on the North Fork at the very end of 2022 after being on the West Coast. I'm doing the mom thing where I forget words. Being on the West Coast for like almost 8 years. So it's been 2 years back in New York. So happy to be here and happy to be on the board of the Southhold Mothers Club. It saved my life.
And tell us how many kids you have and their ages. And
I have 2 wonderful children. I have a 7-year-old named Dakota. And I have a 2-year-old named Stasi. All 3 of us are Aquarius, so it is a vibe over here in the Darton household. Yes, and I love my kids are the best.
And Erin, how about you?
Yes. So I am currently the president of the Mothers Club. Sorry, everybody. Doing the best I can. No, it's great. It's a great group. Everybody has been amazing. We have such a great board. I've been out here on the North Fork sort of off and on since about 2018. I met my husband. He's an oyster farmer, originally farmer. We met in Brooklyn at an event. I was originally living in Brooklyn. I was working as a federal prosecutor there, and with my son from a previous marriage. And we, got together, and he had an oyster farm out in Jamesport. So we started spending a lot of time out this way. We decided to buy a house together, got married, did all the things. COVID happened. And in the midst of that, I found out I was pregnant with our daughter. So I have a 12-year-old son and a 4-year-old. And so she was, in fact, a COVID baby, born in the hospital, had to get the fun COVID test done before I could see her.
Yeah.
Which means you also had to be alone without your support system in the hospital.
Well, it was far enough along. They did allow him to come, and it wasn't in New York. So I gave birth to her at Southampton Hospital. So they had enough staff and enough room. Didn't have that problem. But originally, from just backing up a little further, originally from Alabama. So I'm very much a transplant, and that I actually lived in New York for a little bit before moving. And so I'm still a lawyer, mom. I also own Cat Dairy Farm with my husband. Goats, lots of goats right now. So he switched his career path from oyster farmer to goat farmer.
I love it.
We love the goats.
Oh my
They're very cute.
God, are you kidding me? Like that farm is not very far from me, and every visitor I get, and I mean adults, I take kids too, but every adult visitor loves going there. A few of my friends especially, and then watching you have like this big ship or boat that the goats climb over and stuff. It is the cutest farm.
You got to do goat yoga when the weather is appropriate.
I didn't know that was an option there.
Oh yeah. So
I'm also my side hustle is a promoter for California Dairy Farm.
He's great at it too.
Yeah.
So what was the oyster business that your husband had previously?
Yeah, it's called 𝗎𝗏𝗡𝐵𝗍𝗆 Company. It was one probably 50 oyster farms out on the East End. I think COVID really down the numbers pretty significantly because most of my husband's clients were restaurants, and so everything closed, and so we really had. So that was really kind of it was oysters. What's really similar to oysters? Goats.
I don't know why there's a little bit of static when you speak, so I don't know if you can prop your phone differently or is it the headphones? I mean, we can hear you, but there's a lot of static.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Let's talk a little bit about the Mothers Club. How long has it been around as a group?
1996.
The Mothers Club was founded in 96.
Yeah.
In 1996, as a way for moms to have community. Erin, if you want to speak a little more to the origination of the club, since I'm relatively new to the club.
Yeah.
I joined last year and joined the board last year. So I was
Wow.
like dipping
You're a real
right
go-getter.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, you do events for a living? We want you.
Exactly.
But yeah,
No, the
Erin, if
moms.
you want to speak a little bit more to the origination of the club.
Yeah. So I certainly wasn't, present for the very beginning of this, but I do know that it's been around in different iterations since 1996. Originally, out here on the North Fork, it was really tough to, just have that sense of community. There were very few programs out here for kids at the time. Back then, it was just school, and that was pretty much it. There wasn't much else. And so moms just sort of bonded together, as we tend to do, and find ways to have creative outlets for our kids and for each other.
Yeah.
So the Moms Club it's about our children, but it's also about, fellowship amongst moms and being able to, and really parents. I mean, we have some dads who are part of the Moms Club as well, which is great. We embrace parents of all genders, even though we're the Southwold Mothers Club. That's our original name. But we have found ways to create opportunities for our kids to, learn new activities, new crafts, to expose families as a whole to new types of events. We host everything from, pickleball introductory classes to just meetups at the playground, to moms' nights out, to have an ability just to get to know each other better.
Yeah, and
where do people get to learn about what you guys are offering?
Yeah, so I wanted to say, Erin, because I know, so part of what our board is doing is kind of like meeting the moment, right, for what it means to be a parent, not only in Southhold, but on the North Fork, right? The Southhold Mothers Club serves all parents on the North Fork, and honestly, parents on the South Fork as well. If you want to come and be a part of our organization, we are happy to have you. It's really like all families on the East End. We want to be a resource for you. So we've been thinking about like how we show up, and it's really about, we're here for you when you need us, right? Like if you're a member of our club, it doesn't mean you need to come to every single event and be present in every single thing. Right. But we want you to feel like you can contact us and be a part of this club, bring events to the forefront, bring issues that you're dealing with that we can help you with. We do meals for moms when our members give birth, we start like a meal train and make sure that we're there for her. We've done amazing like women's health Q&As. We did one last year with these amazing gynecologists from Stony Brook. And so the way that members can find out about our events, there's a few different ways. So what we're trying to do is really get everybody to focus on the newsletter. So when you become a member, you pay $45 for the entire year. That's your annual dues, which I've been a part of a lot of women's groups. That's like super reasonable. Yeah. So you get your newsletter, and in the newsletters, we try to send at least 2 a month. So you'll get one at the very end of every month with kind of like the majority of the events that are happening for the next month. There's the signups, and we also shout out other local events. So like if anybody here watching has things that they want us to focus on or to highlight, please send them out to our email or DM us. We can include it in that newsletter. Yeah. Then from there, we do our Facebook. We have our Facebook group, which once you become a member, you're in that group. We do Facebook invites for those groups. However, you have to still sign up for the event through the link in the Facebook. When you can say, yes, I'm coming, but that's not a confirmation. And then we also post, we try to post them on social media, on Instagram as well, but that's a public facing platform, right? Yeah. So that's kind of like the last place. Mm-hmm. And we do offer tickets to our events for non-members, or like what we like to call friends of SMC, but it just depends on the capacity of the event. Like if we have something where we can only hold like 15 families, we're likely going to keep it just for the club. But like our Big Bunny breakfast, which is coming next month on the 6th of April, we will be announcing that location on Monday with tickets going on sale. It's very exciting. That event is open to anybody that wants to come. We do hold a limited amount of events for non-members or friends of SMC. But, what we do is we release them in bunches. So we see like if, a week before the event, we have not that many tickets left for the club, but we see that there are a ton of people that are on the wait list that are not members. We may release a few more tickets. It just depends, right, on the situation. But that's where you can find out. And we're working on an SMS strategy, so like a texting strategy, because we do know that mommies are on the go.
Yes.
And sometimes our inboxes are full, or, you know, it's just easier. So there will be coming soon an option for our members to opt into text messaging, which you'll get like more up to date and maybe like some even fun like text messages
Yeah.
from our board.
And just to back up just a little bit, I mean, your initial question was like, how do you become a member? And I just wanted to back up and just say that there's a website. First off, we have a website that's
Oh, I misunderstood the
southholdmothersclub.com.
question. Sorry, I thought it was how do you find out about the event?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, we want to hear
All good.
about it all.
Yeah.
So it's all
Yeah.
good. I'm glad that both of you are on, so you're covering
Yeah.
it from different angles.
Of
So
course,
yeah,
the
our
attorney's
website,
like, actually.
yeah, our website is a work in progress where there's a lot that we want to do to it to make it much more user friendly and better. But that's the initial starting point. So if you want to join our club, you go to southholdmothersclub.com.
Yeah.
You pay your $45 dues, like Zoila said, which is a steal for all the things you get, truly. And it gets you, you know, such an amazing variety of activities, exposure to those activities, as well as you know, sometimes subsidized entry fees to some of our events as well. So you sign up there, and then once you sign up, you can then be part of our Facebook group, which is a private group where you get first dibs access to everything. And you, of course, get the newsletter into your email, and you have access then to also like a buy and sell group on Facebook, so that if you have, you know, baby equipment that you're getting rid of that you can pass on to other moms and vice versa, you know, you've got older kids and you need stuff, it's really a great resource. So we just try and be there for each other. I mean, that's really what it's about, is we try to create these events that really just support the community, let everybody know that we're kind of there for each other. I mean, the bunny breakfast is obviously based around Easter, but it's a very much non-religious event. So even if you're Jewish or you know, have a completely different faith structure, it's not a big deal. No one is running around, you know, shouting Jesus. It's really about the fact that we want to all be friends and hang out and make a special event for our kids. No matter what you believe, no matter what you're, you know, we're very welcoming and open to all those things. So it's not in any way restricted.
You guys do a big trunk or treat too, right?
So we did. That was really a big thing that happened, I think, during COVID. It became so popular because people were concerned about going around to homes. What we actually did this year, because it's turning into, thankfully, a situation where we can go back to original trick-or-treating, the old style of trick-or-treating, which is, you know, being able to go into neighborhoods and meet up with our fellow neighbors, even those that don't have kids but who love Halloween. Such a wonderful opportunity to get to know your neighbors. And so what we did this year was we got together a group of different neighborhoods that we knew were very welcoming to trick-or-treaters. And we publicized those to our members and said, look, if you live in Laurel, go here. If you live in Mattituck, these families are super welcoming this area. And so in Southold, go here. Just so people knew if they wanted to take their kids out in the old way that maybe they did as kids themselves, that was the way to do it. And we wanted to present that opportunity this year, since we finally, you know, have gotten through the pandemic and have the opportunity to go back to that. So yes, trunk or treat was a huge success in the past, and we really loved doing that. But this has allowed us to really connect with our neighborhoods so much more. So we've tried to embrace the old school trick-or-treating way this year, and it worked out really well.
Well, that's also a really good resource, because so many houses here are summer homes. So I know, for example, where we live, like, there's not a single person handing out candy where we live. So you really don't know where to go.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really the key to what we're trying to do as an organization, is whenever you say to yourself, I just don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I mean, that's kind of the resource that we're looking to provide for you and your kids both.
Yeah. And I want to just quickly about the bunny breakfast. The reason why we always like to kind of shout it out is that it is our largest fundraiser of the year. For those that don't know, Southold Mothers Club is a 501c3. So we are completely non-for-profit. And like Erin said, we often subsidize a ton of events for our members because we like to keep them, you know, reasonably priced. Everybody's at different economic levels. So for example, if we host something and that origination price is $50 a head, the Mothers Club will only charge like $40 and we'll cover the extra 10 for all members. So that's why we love the Bunny Breakfast, and it's so big because it is our biggest fundraising moment. Yeah, and you know, trick-or-treating was so fun because not only did we give all these opportunities of places to go, but we encourage people to create their own kind of groups within the Mothers Club too, like do the meetups, and like, because what's beautiful about this club is that it makes the neighborhood smaller, right? Like you get to really find out where everybody is, where they live, who they are, where they come from, and then build, you know, these insular communities within the larger community of SMC. And that, like Erin said, is really what this is about. It's, you know, about finding your people and keeping close to them, because that's something that I feel is disappearing in our modern society, because everybody feels like they're connected because of like social media. But like we still really need to be like human about things and be physically next to each other. Like it feels good, you know?
So I have
yeah.
two very important questions that are sort of personal, but so you obviously have your stay-at-home mom who's looking for activities during the day, and then you have your working mom who might be looking for activities at night. So do you offer both of those? And question B of that is, if you are a working mom and there are activities during the day, can your nanny take your child to them?
Yeah. The answer to that is yes to both. So we do definitely try to cater to both moms who are stay-at-home moms as well as moms who are working. So most of our Moms Night Out, those types of events are in the evening, so that we're able to, those moms who are working during the day are able to actually do that, as well as stay-at-home moms who just maybe need a break at the end of the day. But we do meetups during the week sometimes when school is out. Those are during the day. For moms and the kids, working moms as well as stay-at-home moms. So we try to you know, reach everybody within our group, because we do understand there's, you know, every family is a little different and has different needs.
Yeah, and what we're working on is actually something really, really fun and really great for just for the North Fork in general. So what we're looking to do for the daytime events is plug into pre-existing meetups that are happening at like libraries across the North Fork. And we're going to be releasing a little schedule of like different time frames where you can go and they're free. So, you know, you can meet up with other moms that are going to be there. So they won't be like official SMC club moments, because we do need moms to, like when we host an event, someone from the club has to be there to run it. And so that's really challenging when you're momming during the day. But what we can do is offer pre-existing resources. Like we've done like SMC meetups at Stroller Strong. Like I do Stroller Strong every Friday at 9:45 in the morning with my girl 𝗪𝗏. So if anybody wants to come, I will be there. And we actually have a deal with Stroller Strong where if you're a club member, you do get $5 off the price.
Oh, that's good to know.
Class. Yeah, and we've done things at like NOFO Cheer, but those, you know, those are like when we do a class at NOFO Cheer, it's a little bit of a bigger situation. Somebody has to be there, which typically works out better during the school breaks. However, if you're a member and you are a stay-at-home mom and you do want to take on an event during the week and during the day, all you got to do is reach out and we'll help you plan it and get it all together.
So so I was a stay-at-home mom for 20 something years, and part of
doing the Lord's work.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. Yes. And not always easy, but thank you. But what I wanted to say is I've been part of a mother's club where I used to live. And a couple of things. One, you need it the most when your kids are the littlest, but then those are also the same people that are involved in the board and doing the work, which makes it so challenging, right? Because like for example, we used to have a very large Easter egg hunt as a fundraiser, right? But then you're setting up the event and you're trying to have your kids have the fun with it, and do all of that. So my question to you is, how can we support you? And by we, I mean the people that are no longer chasing toddlers, right? And have the freedom and the flexibility to be able to give back and participate and support what you guys are trying to do.
Listen, we welcome all volunteers, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends of friends. We will take anyone who loves to be around kids and families and wants to, you know, help in any way, oh my gosh, we never turn down helping hands. So listen,
And
if you want to help us,
how does
we'd love
someone
that.
express their interest in that? Do they contact you through the website or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a couple different ways they can, you know, you can always DM us here through Instagram and say you want to get involved, and I will probably be the one to reach out to you. Right now, for example, for the bunny breakfast, there is a sign up link, because like we said, we need like, I think we have like 30 different slots for volunteers for the bunny breakfast. So you can sign up. And for members, what's really cool is that by signing up to volunteer, you do get first access to things as well, which is nice, because sometimes tickets sell out, like at our Polar Express chaos.
Ooh,
But
that's
we're still
sounds like a
recovering
fun
from
event.
that.
Tell me more about that event.
Yeah.
What was that event?
Maybe, I don't know. We're a little like
Traumatized?
So it was,
but and
it
then
was,
the other thing that you guys can do is, like, obviously we love in-kind donations. So like, for example, last year when we hosted our bunny breakfast at Breeze Hill, they charged us a nominal amount. We were able to give them their tax return donation form so they can cover that with their taxes. We love that because, like I said, we like to keep our events kind of really at a reasonable price for our moms, for our families. And if you want to host an event, like we're partnering with, oh gosh, I can't remember, but she's going to be throwing us like a terrarium making event.
Probably Alyssa.
Yes, Alyssa, thank you.
I actually used to host quite a few events.
Yes, and so that's really nice because I'm working with her to kind of craft the event, and we'll get the sign up and everything, but she's going to run it. Yeah. And so for those, we love, because like if you come to some, like we did flower arranging and we did like pumpkin decorating, and I was hosting those. So like I have my kids there running around and I'm doing this, I'm doing hot chocolate.
And that's really why I brought that up. That's really why I brought that up, because that is when you need the connection. But also, as both of you mentioned, you have your own full-time businesses and you're also running jobs and you're also, so when you talk about needing that break, yes, girl, do more things
100%.
for the moms to get away, because unless you fill your own cup, I don't know how you guys achieve all of this stuff you're doing. I mean, I know because I used to do it, but it's all flown away from my mind now.
We don't sleep, but
we lean on each other, right, Erin? Like we lean on each other, and like our board, I love our board because we laugh so much. Like when we get together and we do our planning, we just like really are all so supportive of each other. And I think that that's honestly how we get everything done, because it's like no job is too little. We're all the janitor and the CEO and whatever.
How beautiful to find your tribe. That's so beautiful. And especially for a new mom that's struggling with so many layers of different things. How wonderful, even, I don't want to say as simple, but really as simple as having a meal delivered to your home.
Yeah. I wanted to touch about that because I actually got a Southhold Mothers Club membership as a gift from Amanda Giuliano.
Oh, nice.
Good idea.
I had hosted several classes before I became a mom for them. Anyone who has a chunky blanket is probably from my class.
Oh, nice.
And I got to know you guys, so she gifted me that before when I was pregnant, and that was really the meals that were delivered, because I also had a COVID baby. You know, that was huge. And that is, honestly don't participate in all that much just because my life is so crazy. But when I get asked to provide a meal for another mom, I jump on it, because that was so amazing to have not only the meal, forget the meal, a face come to my door and I'm like breastfeeding and crying. And, you know, they were like, it's okay, we're here. And it was so instrumental in just having those people come and like let me know I wasn't alone. Especially as a single mom, I was like doing this all by myself.
Oh, I want to hug you.
Well, that's exactly kind of what we want for everybody who joins our club, and even those who are friends of our members who want to come and find out what we're about. You know, it is about the small moments. It's about being there for each other in those really trying, difficult, I don't even think I want to walk out of my house kind of moments. But also about the big moments. So I think Zoila touched on Bunny Breakfast, which is coming up very soon, April 6th. And our other big event of the year is going to be going forward, Polar Express, our board's brainchild.
By popular demand.
Which is basically just, we essentially commandeer 2 Long Island Railroad trains that run between Mattituck and Greenport.
Oh my
We
God, how fun.
decorate them like crazy, like little elves. We have Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus sing carols and meet you off the train. We do hot
Oh,
cocoa. We do a whole
Oh
Bells.
my God,
experiment.
Tracy, can I take Tilly? I mean,
yes,
Tracy, you're
yes,
busy, so I'll take Tilly.
It
yes, yes.
is
It's
we
fabulous.
really had no idea what the response was going to be. It was overwhelming. When I say it's over, I don't think I can properly describe how overwhelming it was, but you know, we were pleasantly
Yeah,
surprised
but
that
what
the
a
people were
beautiful,
this excited.
family-friendly,
Yeah, it was.
heartwarming event. I love it. I
Yeah,
love
and
it.
we take them to the North Pole. So we partnered with Ellen's and then with the Legion in Greenport, and we decorated. And there's hot cocoa, there's wine for the parents, there's snacks. We've got bells,
And
and I
when
was
is this
doing the
event? When is
tickets.
this
It's
event?
usually
Yeah,
about
I dressed like a
before
little elf.
Christmas.
It's just
Cute.
Usually
before. Okay.
about
I
2 weeks
mean, I'm
before
putting it
Christmas.
out there. Sign Tracy and me up for
Yes.
it and
Well,
how we can help. I mean, I
you know
don't know.
what?
It's still far away, but we'd love to be a part of that. And,
Yeah.
definitely tag us in the promos for that and we'll be happy to
Awesome.
share.
What we would really love is a proper partnership with the Long Island Railroad, because
Okay.
it's just a two-car train. I think we could fill both of those cars.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But we would need, a proper partnership with the Long Island Railroad. It was kind of you know, we were experimenting last
Yeah.
year, and we, like Erin said, we had no idea that it was going to be. And also, the price point, I think, because I know that there is a Polar Express, but it's like $75 a
Yeah.
person, which
Yeah.
is like crazy. So I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's great, but it's a lot. And yeah, so if anyone watching this has a direct connection to the marketing team or operations of Long Island Railroad, I think that would set us up for massive success, and we could really grow the bank account of the club and do even, I mean, we have dreams
More
of
events.
having our own our own clubhouse where the
Oh,
kids can play, and those things would be
sign me up for that.
invaluable to this. Yes, those things would be invaluable to this area,
Yeah.
right? A real place
You
where you're.
actually just gave me a business idea. During COVID, I almost opened I was looking for spaces to make the NoHo house, like the Soho house, but
Yeah,
the
like a
NoHo house.
co-working space with
But if it was a co-working space with
yeah.
a play space
Yeah.
in it, now you're really
Yeah.
talking.
Well, if anybody wants to give us a grant,
Yep,
the Mothers Club
we're
will
there.
make that happen,
We've
because
been
we've
talking
already been
about it
trying.
for a
Well, because
We've
while.
been talking about it for a long
nobody
time.
gets more done than working moms or
Yeah.
stay-at-home moms. Like if you need something done, give it to a mom.
Yeah.
True.
It's needed.
They're gonna make it happen.
It's so needed. We have a lot of we have dreams for, it's not just for us, I always say this: what I want for my children, I want for yours too.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm going to create something, it's never just about me, and nothing I do is really about me. Everything I do is about what the future looks like, and I think that that's something that mothers really embody, because we're consistently thinking about the future. I feel like when I go to bed, I see a galaxy, and
Wait,
it's
you go to bed? Because Tracy,
or when I
I was like,
attempt
hold on a minute. I thought moms don't sleep. That's what
Not,
Erin
She
said.
yeah.
means
I
when
was
she
gonna
falls
say, when
asleep
do you
in
get to
her
do
kids'
that?
room.
Oh, she means when she's working in bed as opposed to,
Yeah.
I got it. I
Yeah.
got
And
it.
lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or doing things.
Well,
But
I
yeah.
have news for you. It doesn't stop because, like I said, my three boys are grown and
Oh, I know.
adult men, and I still
I call
have
my
visions
mom
for
every
them
day.
and passion for what they're
Yeah.
doing, and so it just doesn't stop. It
Yeah.
doesn't stop.
That's so true. And we try to also, just so you know, we try to also cater to moms that have older kids. I mean, I'm the parent of a 12-year-old about to be a 13-year-old. And so I want there to be things for him to be interested in as well. So we're trying to find different things. You know, there's a new arcade that opened up in Riverhead, in the Tanger Outlets, some other activities that also the teens and tweens would enjoy. We're
Because it
always interested
because there really
as
is
well.
very little for that age group here.
Yeah.
Like
That's right.
you can find things for younger kids, but and that is important because they are still kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's so right.
Well,
Yeah, that's
I could
true.
talk to you guys all day long, but
But we have things to
we're
do.
over time already, and I know you need to get to the gym, and you probably have to get fixed. But
I
so
know, that's right.
let's just quickly rapid fire our NoFo Live 5. So you each get to answer the questions, or you can take turns. But if you were going to take us out to lunch or dinner, where's your go-to spot?
Ooh. Erin, you want to go first?
Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Well, so I can just name off a couple that I love. I love Barrow Food House. I love Legends, the new reinvented Legends. Little Fish. I'm forgetting.
Any specific kid friendly spots?
Kid
I
friendly.
love Minnow on the Galley because kids can run in the back
outside.
and they
North
do a
Fork
great
Shack.
kids meal with a little ice cream at the end.
Yeah.
Love
Aww.
it. Yeah.
North Fork Shack because they get to just run around outside in the grass, which is lovely.
And they have a lot of games outside in the season that you can play and stuff. In fact, I just a shout out to them. I saw on the Instagram they posted they have like I want to say like a Moroccan night or something pick up this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes.
For two, and I have never tried that. So
fantastic.
Oh,
is it good?
I have one more.
Very
okay.
Q-Tide bar in the summer.
Oh yes.
If that was in the city, like you wouldn't even be able to walk. You get there at 5 o'clock, grab yourself some chairs. The kids can the water's so calm. It is, whenever my family comes to visit, that is what we do. It is, you guys, if you're hearing me, the Soundview, you are crushing it with low tide.
Well, those giant fire pits.
Everything is perfect. Yes. You can bring your own food and wine if you want. You can buy with them.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't be saying that.
No,
I could.
Yeah. People are bringing their, they bring their like coolers because it's part of the hotel.
You know, Meadowlark also has that Friday night pizza night, and you can bring your coolers.
I didn't know about that.
Too. Yeah, and the kids can run around. Yeah,
it's beautiful. So,
okay. This is going to sound funny. Do you either of you catch a sunrise or a sunset? Because I famously joke that I lived in New Jersey 26 years raising kids, and I didn't even know there was a sunset. Like literally, because I was doing homework and making dinner and homework. And now, of course, every day, that's all I do all day long is catch a sunset. But
I get my sunset out my kitchen window. So I do get to see the sunrise. I don't typically see it. I wake up around 6 and the sun is already on its way up. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's a good point. I'm running around at the time of sunrise usually, so I'm not really
able to. I said at sunsets I was busy getting homework done. So, it's just the life of a mom, Yeah. Okay. Cocktail, mocktail, brewery, vineyard, where might we find you? What might you be enjoying?
Go ahead.
I love Alpina. Eating at the bar and getting a really good cocktail at their bar.
Yeah.
Love me. Alpina.
I second that. It's my favorite
spot.
It's
so sexy. It's so
people need
you feel
go there. You are missing out if you are
not. You feel like an adult.
Greenport, right? On front?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haven't been.
Oh, I see. Box Pickleball is watching us. They hosted an awesome
event
for us. Pickleball. Oh my gosh, they're so good. So fun.
I really want to go there. I haven't been yet.
The new place in Riverhead, correct?
Yes. It's where the Kmart used to be.
I have to jump for 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay. So we'll go really quick. Okay. Farm stands. Yeah. What farm stands are you hitting and where are you getting them? What are you getting?
𝗏𝗏𝗏 Dairy Farm.
Yeah.
Cheese, soap, skincare products. I make them along with Debbie, my manager. So yeah, they're legit handmade. But that's of course my go-to.
Amazing.
I have so many different farm stands that I go to, and now I'm losing it. There's a family farm.
And what do you get there?
Well, there's a family farm right on Main Road, right before Just Kids, and I can't. It's like a literal just a house.
Oh,
WOWAC. Yes. Those are my people. I love WOWAC. Those are my people. Yeah. For my veggies and my fruit. I love WOWAC.
Well, so our last question is: obviously, you guys are doing quite a bit to bring something to this community. But why do you love being a part of the North Fork community?
I love it because it makes me feel the most human that I feel. Being a New Yorker, I grew up in Spanish Harlem. One, I never thought I'd ever own a house because as a New Yorker, it's like you have like a rent control department and maybe you get a house upstate. So like just that for me is very special, but also I feel so human here. Like I can breathe. I know my neighbors, Melissa Principe, of Douglas Elliman. She's a great realtor, is my neighbor and also our board member. She's right there. Like that is so special to me. That's why I love it here. I feel like a human, like really connected.
To me, I really enjoy the fact that this is a community that is made up of a little bit of everything. It's old, it's new, it's young, it's old, it's just a little bit of everybody, and we all are trying very hard to sort of find a way to each other. And I really appreciate that, whether people have different political views or different ideas about how people should live their lives and whatever else. People are still very welcoming and trying embracing each other and seeing past those things. And to me, that's, I think, really awesome to see as a business owner out here. I appreciate that so much. And then as a mom, and letting my kids know that those are all things that are around us. There are different views, but we can listen and embrace each other, even if we have different ideas and thoughts. So I like that about this community, especially.
Well, thank you both for joining us. I mean, so much has been said about parenting and being a mom and raising kids, and it's the most wonderful and the most challenging time of our life when you have a newborn. So it's so wonderful that there is a tribe that you guys are continuing to grow and support. So thank you for being on and sharing, and tag us in everything you guys are doing, because the more we can spread the word, we'd love to get more people involved in what you're doing.
Yep, let us help you.
Yes.
It was so nice.
We would love that.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
on.
Have a great weekend, everybody. See you next Friday.
Happy
Bye.
Friday.